Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Um, I'm going to talk in brief about secret of success and secret of happiness. So I'll start with a very short prayer. Vakratunde Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabhu Nirvignam Kurume Devo Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastabhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavitu Me Sada. Okay, so in one of my talk I was talking about a principle which is called STFAAK. So S means stimulus, and T means thought, F means feeling, and A means attitude, and then next A means action, and then last is K is karmic account. So in the talk I was giving the principle how all the interaction happen between the world and the human being. So world around us is very complex, and it has so many things, and people are continuously uh, looking for happiness. Whatever they do, their end goal is happiness. So they try to do anything, any moment, to get happiness. Now, if I give some examples, it will be more clear. I'll give some example which is not kind of obvious. Obvious examples are like we generally call it uh, like object, people, and places. Like people buy objects, or people eat different foods. People go to places, and people meet some friends. So this is how these are the modes of people try to get kind of happiness. So all the endeavor of a human being, this will comes under this kind of category. So unknowingly people always think that happiness or pleasure is actually coming from the object. So that is the thinking in general, but that is not true if you analyze the whole system, whole process, because all the object, everything existing outside, and they actually do not have any capability to give any kind of happiness. It is the mind's projection or mind's thinking which create this confusion. For example, you might think that I will I'll have a nice Mercedes Benz car, and you're sitting in a Mercedes Benz car, and you have nice music system. You are sitting inside, and you're having so much fun. You think, but one small call uh, can change your whole scenario. For example, you're sitting in the Mercedes Benz, and you're getting all kind of pleasures from the musics and in the environment, and by show off to other friends. But as soon as somebody call you and tell that your close relative just passed away, your scenario inside the Mercedes Benz is not going to change. Immediately you're sitting in a so comfortable position, you'll be feeling like hell. So what basically happened here to uh, if you analyze this situation, it is basically because of that call, your mind is not able to create any more good thoughts or happy thoughts, immediately it create kind of sad thought. And as soon as that happens, you start getting bad feeling, because your feeling, attitude, all this chain and action, karmic account, all those are depending on your thought. The kind of thought you create, the consequences will happen accordingly. So it is very important that it is not the objects is giving the happiness. You might get uh, a comfortable sofa, or watching TV, or eating food, and meeting friends. All these basically are kind of exist outside. Those basically stimulate your mind, and your mind create thought knowingly or unknowingly. A person, when he doesn't know this, he will be creating thoughts helplessly. He's like a he's like a slave of the objects. He has no idea. He just thinks. Whenever some stimulus like from outside it comes, he keep on thinking. Depending on his thinking, he is going to get kind of feeling good, bad. So the point what I want to make here is, who is creating the thought? The person who is creating the thought, that person is responsible for his feeling, because your feeling is directly related to your thought. The kind of thought you create, the similar kind of you are going to get the feeling, and based on that attitude and action. Okay. So so it is important to understand that it is not that object which is actually giving you the happiness. Of course, object creating some kind of confusion in the mind, and you are creating a thought. Now, you might argue, okay, a lot of people are happy buying iPhone, or some gadgets, some big screen TV. And what actually happen whenever people buy some object, or it this is an example, it apply to any kind of object of the world, or any kind of relationship with the human being, or any kind of places you go, these are all same. So what exactly happened, you kind of expecting something, some object, and you get it, immediately your mind gets settled, so you feel little peaceful. Okay, I give another example to make the point. For example, the day you bought your Honda City, you were so happy that day, and after maybe 6 months later, you don't even realize that you have that car, and you have that. You are not the same way happy after 6 months. Why is that happen? It's the same reason. After 6 months, the day you bought that Honda City, the way you created the thought, after 6 months, you are not able to create the thought. So you don't feel any extra happiness anymore. So that is the reason. So, first thing is, I am trying to show you that all the objects of the world, or all the people with your relation, all the places, whatever you see, all those things are kind of giving information to your sensory organs, like coming to you like a stimulus. That's why I call this S stimulus coming. And 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 your mind is, after that, your everything is happening inside, and you are responsible for it. It is not that thought is getting created. You always have the power to create your own thought. You cannot just say, uh, if something bad happens, automatically I create bad thought. That means you have no control over your mind. If you do not have any control over your mind, and you helplessly create thought, and of course you are going to suffer your thought. It is, you cannot help. One day your things will go with respect to your expectation, another day it will not go, so you will be keep fluctuating. Now you might think that one poor person, for example, he might think that if I get lot of money, I'm going to get happiness. And a rich person, his thinking will be different. He might be thinking, if I get this special customized thing, if you get maybe he wants some rooftop helipad or something, or swimming pool or something, then he'll be happy. So this kind of thinking, but the process is the same. It is from poor to rich. This process is same. After you have that swimming pool on the rooftop, then you started realizing, oh my god, it to maintain that I need to spend so much money, and the way I thought in the beginning, the happiness, it doesn't exist anymore. So these are all kind of, it depends on your thinking. So that's the reason I told that principle. It is called STFAAK, and based on your thought, finally you create your karmic account, and karmic account, based on that your destiny is going to be. So it is very important to understand that you need to create right thought. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. And then second thing, I'll now give you a different viewpoint of this same thing. Now, for example, another principle I'm going to talk about, which is TADAIMI. Okay, and this is first, T is thought, second A means attachment, and D means your desire, and then A means angry, and then after anger, I means illusion, and then after illusion, M means memory loss, and then I means intelligent lost. So this is the whole process, TADAIMI. So I wanted to talk about this principle today. So what happened, for example, you think that you want to, your goal is always happiness, no matter whatever you do. Like if I give you some uncommon example, like mother is feeding her son, and that is the most people see that it is a most in a situation, people always think that mother is doing for sons. So if I twist a little bit that example, if you notice that I take this example because this is sometimes difficult to understand. So mother's goal is here, if her son eat good, then his son will be happy, and if his son is happy, then mother thinks I'll be happy. So again, the goal for mother is thinking, I will be happy if my son eats the food. So this example I give because it's sometimes very hard to understand. Mother, you might think that mother is always thinking about son's happiness, but in the end, mother's happiness thought is inside, it is there, that my son is happy, then only I'll be happy. So it is basically dependency. Anytime anything is dependent, cannot be free, or freedom cannot be achieved in that scenario. Okay, so now take an example. You are desiring or trying to get something in your life. You want to buy something, or you want to do something, or you kind of any kind of activity you are thinking, and then two kind of possibilities are there. In first possibility is things go with respect to your expectation, and in other scenario, things may not go with respect to your expectation. So let's take one first. So if you first take the example of, if you buy something, and then uh, it meets your expectation. Okay, that is the scenario. So what happens, you are thinking that, okay, I'm going to buy this object, and after that, if I buy this, I'll be very happy. Or I want to be an actor, and if I become an actor, then I'll be happy. Suppose you become actor, then you think you're happy. So what happened immediately? The moment you achieve something you desired before, that moment you get settled for some time, because your mind, that fluctuating mind, gets settled, so you feel little peaceful. And after that, again, As soon as you desire something, and after that if you achieve that, the next step is called greed. Greed means lobha, means you're you got something, and then next step is you become an actor. Now you want to do uh, more good films, you want to make more money. That kind of thinking will start coming. So that will be your new desire. So new desire, again what happens? Now you got a lot of money, you made some good movies, and you achieve that goal also. So you again, for time being, you become settled. What happen again? After that, again the new desire comes, that I want to be now uh, famous, I want to be popular among among India, or among a lot of people, among in the film industry. You're thinking like that. So your next goal again coming with a new desire, and every time this new desire is going to come after we achieve a goal, that intensity of the desire is going to be always higher. It is like somebody said, it is like you are uh, trying to extinguish the fire, putting petrol on that. It is that kind of nature. You cannot satisfy your desire. You get desire, you get some object. Next step is you get again greed. New desire comes, which is always higher than the first desire. So it goes on and on and on and on. So finally, you never become happy. You keep on doing that loop. So this is one side of the story. So in this step, what happens? Your This never-ending loops keep on going on. You never become happy. You are always in that loop. And other scenario, so you desire something and you don't get it. So what happened next? You desire something and then you don't get that object. So what happens after that? You get angry. So after angry, what happens? You try to get that thing more. That create illusion. And when the illusion become more intense, then you lose your memory. Like you have seen people, they call it I love that girl or something, and then that girl doesn't agree, and he thinks that without that girl he cannot survive anymore, and his intensity of getting the girl becomes so high. Then beyond a point he started thinking that if I don't get this girl, I'm going to kill that girl. So it kind of created illusion in his mind. He doesn't understand the consequences of that. And after that illusion, next step is he is going to lose his memory. So after somebody lose memory, his intelligence is not going to work. So after somebody's intelligence doesn't work, he is definitely destroyed. So whole thing started with this. You desire something, if you get that, you are in the loop. Keep getting again and again and again new desire, again getting new desire, again getting. So you're never happy. You are in that loop. And now if you don't get, you get angry. Anger increases. It create illusion in your mind, and illusion, you lose the memory. And after you lose the memory, your intelligence doesn't work anymore. So you are basically destroyed. So both the path leads you to misery. So what you wanted to get is happiness, which is not possible by both the path. And you don't have any other choice other than these two paths. Either you get or you don't get. If you get, you get into the loop of greed and new desire, and in other case you get angry, and you know what happened next. So this is it is very simple to say that, but it is happening with everybody all over the world, all the time, with everyone. It is, some people understand after long time, uh, definitely there are people who think about this, and they start getting this idea of, based on their past experience, people are getting some half baked idea. But the principle what I described, this is the kind of absolute principle. So all these things started with, if you notice that, both the path started with desire. So now desire is the cause of all misery, because both the path it leads to misery. So desire is the root cause of all the problems. Okay. Now very clearly, you have to understand that, without desire, all this next step is not going to come. Without desire, you will not have any uh, uh, wish to get something. If you don't have any wish to get something, you are not going to get into the mode of greed or anger. Okay. So now you can always think that, if desire is the problem, then what is the root cause of desire? That's a very valid question. That, what is the root cause of desire? Now it is very interesting to know how this desire is basically gets created inside you. So now this desire, it's not just get created, it has two step before. So two step is, I give you example to make the point. So now this desire, as you understand, the desire is the cause of all misery. So now how this desire happens to somebody, so that's a very interesting point. So now let's take an example. You, Friday evening, office done, you don't have any other work, and nothing to do in home, so we thought, okay, let's go for a window shopping. Especially if you take example of one lady, who went to some uh, mall, and when she was inside the mall looking around, window shopping basically, and then she saw in Tiffany, there is a nice, very beautiful diamond necklace. And that lady, for example, she does professionally well, and she has a lot of money too. And she saw that and she got attracted. Okay, and she thought, it's okay, it's a nice thing, but it's costly, let's move on. And okay, so she saw one time, and she didn't care about so much. Now again, next day, in if you take example of Michigan, it's so cold here. In winter, people a lot of people go to mall for window shopping and also walking. Now it is pandemic, so people don't go now anymore. Other time, generally people go in the mall, and then they do window shopping. Suppose that lady again goes next day into the mall and see that diamond necklace, and she see that one of the person was buying that necklace, similar necklace, and putting on her neck, and she was looking left, right, and she was feeling so happy. And she saw that and he thought, oh wow, she bought that, it's nice necklace. And she just move on after that. Then that thinking now started in her mind, that that necklace, I can buy that also, maybe I can afford that also, because I have money too, it looks nice also. But she didn't care about so much, she just thought like that. So now what happened next is, then she kind of go to one friend's house eventually, and she saw, that friend has bought that same kind of necklace. And now seeing that, she was so jealous. She is looking so gorgeous with that necklace, and she thought, oh my god, this necklace I have to buy now. So eventually she buy the necklace. So I want you to understand this point here. So what happened in this process, if you analyze this, she was looking at that necklace for some time, and she kept on thinking about it. She started thinking about that necklace for some time, and then she saw somebody bought it, she was looking good, and she started thinking it will look good on me also. And then when she found that her friend, which she is kind of little jealous about her, and she bought that necklace, and after that it was kind of, desire was kind of burning, that she has to buy that necklace and she has no other choice now. She eventually buy it because of that. In the whole process, it is basically what happened is, she keep on thinking about the necklace because she saw that, and she keep on thinking about it. At that thinking over any object or anything, continuous process, if you are continuously thinking about some objects or something, what happens is after that you generate attachment towards that object. That is the principle. Continuous thinking on something, it will create attachment to that object, and when attachment become very strong, next step is you are going to create desire. And as soon as desire comes and desire become burning, you know that both the path, no matter whatever path you go, you will end up in misery. You have no chance of getting happiness. So again, if you see this process, it started with the thinking. So thinking has to be fixed. Because of this thinking, you got attachment. Attachment created desire, and desire created anger. Anger created illusion, and illusion created loss of memory, and loss of memory, and then loss of intelligence, and the person is basically destroyed. So this is the whole kind of scenario. I just wanted to talk about that. I hope you guys like it and you guys enjoy. And if you guys have any question, you can contact me. Thank you very much.